We need them. There are so many, actually. There are many divine qualities, about 26 of them, which we discussed last time, where absence of anger, truth, ahimsa, no arrogance, no unnecessary pride, uh, and tyaga, that is sacrifice, compassion, and uprightness, kindness, compassion, all these they described in as 26 qualities of the divine nature. Then Krishna, after that, he goes on to say what are the qualities of not what are the non-divine or demoniac qualities. So they don't know what to do, what not to do, as per the norms. Norms means we stick to scriptures. In scriptures, they tell us as a son what you have to do, as a mother what you have to do, as a father what you have to do, as a father-in-law what you have to do. And these are actually not hard and fast. They are amendable. They can be amended as per the prevailing norms. Actually, we have to adapt. Not too many. There are certain basic truths like ahimsa, satya, akrodha. These are universal. They follow across all the yugas or any system universally, right from the time human or any creature was created. From that time, these are all universal truth. But certain things, no, your responsibilities, roles and responsibilities may vary depending on that particular yuga. See what was there when Ram was there, when Krishna was there. There itself we had differences. Okay, so accordingly it may vary. That is okay. That much of changes are permissible, but by and large there are some universal divine qualities which we have to follow. And so these things are given in the scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, like Brahma Sutra, like reading Mahabharata, Ramayana and all that. So the asuris or the non-divine, those who are not into divine, of other extreme of this nature, these people, they don't know pravrittim cha nivrittim cha, what how to go, how what they should be doing when they are supposed to do, what they should not do when they are not expected, when they are not supposed to do. So they are not aware of that because a lot of ignorance. They are impure. They are of not good conduct, and they don't speak truth. And now, next he continues. So pravrittim cha they do not know anything, and na shaucham, na cha acharam, na satyam, and they are having this dambha, that is dhambikate, pretentious religiousness, darpa, arrogance, atimana, overinflated ego, then krodha, and harshness, anger, ignorance. These are all the qualities of Asuri quality. After having said that, he continues now. Asatyam apratishtham te jagat ahuranishwaram aparaspara sambhutam kim anyat kamahaitukam. So the how these people perceive, how they understand the world andre, this world is as it is. The ishte same ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದೆ ಅದೇ ಸತ್ಯ. What you people are talking about Maya, Satya, there is truth, there is consciousness, all bogus. Anta our ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ. That is meaning of asatyam. They say universe is as it is. There is no truth beyond this. What appears is the truth without a moral basis. Apratishtham. The universe is without truth and there is no basis. What are you looking for? This itself is a base. You are seeing water, river, people, dress, beauty, ugliness. This is all is what it is. And Ahuhu Anishwaram. There is no such concept as God. Forget it. Have you seen God? Why do you speak? ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನೋಡಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬೋಗಸ್, ಯಾವಾಗೋ ಆಗಿರೋದು, ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದು ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು. Does everybody see God? No. When he is not seen, where is God? So no God. Anishwaram. Aparaspara sambhutam. So this whole thing, no, whatever you are seeing now is brought about, this whole people, ivella, this is all has a basis in kamukatana, lust. Why are people there? Because nothing but lust. People get attracted, infatuated. That is the reason they get married and they have children. Children are the product of lust and nothing else. So this is the superficial thinking of these asuris. So this, as I mentioned in the previous session also, uh, we cannot brand a particular person, or by and large there are some, like, they're totally gone case, they have all these qualities, 99% of these qualities they have. That is one category of people. There is one category of people like sadhus and all who have all divine qualities. Majority fall as a mixture of these two qualities. So anytime any of us may slip down and develop any of these, we told arrogance, darpa, ahankara, many due to, it may be due to any reason. Ahankara can be due to any reason. Asatya, krodha, all these are bound to be there. So we must be aware, because this leads to downfall. These are draining energies. They pull you down. They pull you down. Whereas we want to evolve, go up, go into higher state of perfection, reach that consciousness as a spiritual seeker. And actually, if you see in Bhagavad Narada, he says it is the bound duty of a human being to evolve. Human being has to evolve because he has intellect, and he should not think of lower things. His karma, all this is lower, because you are then you will be reborn in the lower species. That is what Narada says. So asuri qualities we must be conscious, whether it can appear even in our thoughts. We should be very, very watchful. So these people say there is no truth other than what we see. What do the divine say? This universe is a manifestation. It is true, but it is not the absolute truth. This is a manifestation, just like gold, if it is the truth. Gold ornaments, gold and gold ornaments. Gold can be converted into so many items, isn't it? Bangles, necklace, earrings. So we don't say earrings are not gold, it is made of gold. But is it the original gold? No, go back to that. Trace this necklace, trace this earring, trace this bangle, everything. If you trace back, it is some nirakara, pure gold. Pure gold is something. That is the truth. Just like that, we are all manifestation of that Parabrahman, who, with the help of Maya, Mahatattva, he has created all the elements, combinations, vegetations, trees, everything, trees, animals, plants, species, everything is a nice sport of that Parabrahman, creator, if we speak in Bhakti, language of Bhakti. Otherwise, it's just the consciousness, and consciousness, which is the intelligence, which manifests as energy, Mahatattva, and that matter and energy together, they start manifesting in multiple diverse things in this universe. This is the truth. So what we see externally is not the ultimate truth. That is what the divine people say. That is the thing which is uh, told by Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. So ishtu deep ಆಗೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ, because they don't want to. They are uh, I should say covered. There is fog, brain fog ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, brain fogging with this ajnana. Why that ajnana comes, we'll see. So they say, no, 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 don't say all this. Have you seen that? Have you seen consciousness? Have you seen the matter? Have you seen the energy? No, it's all, until I see, I will not believe. But start thinking, logic, rebirth, ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿಬೇಟ್ ಗಾಡ್. ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪರಮಹಂಸಗೆ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ನಾನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್. ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯು ಸೀನ್ ಗಾಡ್ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, ಎಸ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಗಾಡ್, ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಶೋ ಯು, ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಗಾಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಐ ಸಿ ಯು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪರಮಹಂಸ. ವೆರಿ ಫ್ಯೂ ಪೀಪಲ್, ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡಿನೈ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಫ್ಯೂ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಸಿ that, we cannot deny, no, we can become, but we must have that faith. So there is absolutely no faith in this principle, and it is without any basis, moral basis, apratishtitam, without any basis. Swami Ranganathananji has in the bracket put as without any moral basis, because he says, how can an individual be born, how can an animal be born without any communion with male and female? Ashte irodu, the whole thing is only kamukata. So we must all enjoy. We also must enjoy when the whole creation depends on that. What else? Anyat kama, kim anyat kama haitukam. What else anta keltarantaru asuri buddhi iroru. What else you think is happening here? Everybody, they mate and they produce children, again they mate, they produce children. That's all it is. In fact, euro, Ranganath Anandji says, I think Sigmund Freud psychology, he says it's in the Western world, sexuality and violence. These are the major emotions in the human world and their psychology state. So Ranganath Anandji says our Indian philosophy goes much deeper than that. These are not the only two emotions. What about bhakti? What about love? You're talking only about sex and violence. But superficially, if you see, no, materialism, if you think of materialistic world, then obviously sex and violence is invariably because of the woman only everywhere. That is there, but deeper than that there are so many emotions. So these are the people who think that there is no satyam, there is no truth, there is no spiritual basis, there is no divine power. ಈ ಹಿರಣ್ಯಕಶಿಪು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಿದ ನಾವು ವಿಷ್ಣು, ನಾನೇ ಈಶ್ವರ, ಮುಂದೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಕೆನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಗಾಡ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ದ ಗಾಡ್. ಅಷ್ಟು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಮೈಂಡ್, it would have been overpowered by this Rakshas Buddhi, Asuri Buddhi, which is antagonistic to divine, which is totally antagonistic. Again, this is a creation of God only, depends on the evolution of a human being. So we must be aware. Of course, you and I, when we have faith in Gita, obviously it's not, we don't go to that an extent, but we must be aware that somebody may say, you would have come across atheists who don't believe in God, absolutely no believe in God. Swami Vivekananda talks, expresses in a very interesting way. He says, if a person doesn't believe in the God which I and you believe, temple ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, image ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, then we say we pray, puja ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Some people may say they don't believe that, it's okay. If they believe in themselves and say, I have immense potential, I have an immense potential within me and I can conquer anything, leave it there. This is true Advaitic philosophy, that he believes that there is an infinite potential within himself and he can achieve anything. There is something within me anta ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, you don't force him to do puja, punaskara, bhakti, no demonstration. Let him do that. But there are people who don't accept that also. Everything is in a superficial plane. That defines the Asuri Buddhi. एतां दृष्टिमवष्टभ्य नष्टात्मानोऽल्प अल्पबुद्धयः प्रभवन्ति उग्रकर्माणः क्षयाय जगतो हिताः. So, holding this view, etam drashtim avashtabhya, adopting this point of view, drashtam, that is their philosophy, this point of view, they become nashtatmano, they become lost souls, nashta atmanaha. That means they don't have the inner not that consciousness which we call atma is still there, but there is no awareness, even a little bit of that. So nashta atma means there is no absolute connect with that. They are like lost souls. And alpa buddhayaha, intellect is also not sharp. They have very small intellect andre buddhi, discriminatory ability, what he should be doing, what he should not be doing, or the intellect is overpowered by the lower desires and all that, so it gets masked. So sharp intellect iradilla avರಿಗೆ. Always, yesterday I was discussing this with some my children also and another young fellow. I was telling them that try doing chanting, maybe you will start getting solutions and ideas. Chanting will improve. Meditation, obviously, pranayama, meditation, and that connect with the divine. Connect with the divine will give you lot many ideas. You can achieve multiple things in a short time. You become sharp. That intellect becomes very sharp. It will start guiding, as it were, even in your science. The conventional science, not spiritual science also, experiments also, research also. Getting the solutions for whether it is IT or patient treatment, whatever. Sharp intellect is one of the biggest, I should say, uh, biggest boon or biggest outcome of spiritual practices. Sharp intellect. You will start understanding things. That is what Krishna says. No, I will give people buddhi yoga. So the opposite of that here. When you do meditation and all that and surrender, he will give you buddhi yoga. On the contrary, here are the people who do not want to, who don't believe that there is existence of some supreme being. Everything is I. So then obviously you are limited human being. We basically, our lower self is limited. We can put our efforts, but when we surrender, then that consciousness flows and that intellect becomes sharper. So when they move away from divine qualities, they become alpa buddhayaha. Alpa is small. That means they become limited. They are the people of limited intellect and intelligence, intellect as well as intelligence. Prabhavanti ugra karmanaha. They start getting onto ugra is what? Terror, violent deeds. Terrorists, if we call, in any community, any religion, terrorists are people who engage in violence with no proper basis for what they are doing. Trump ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಉಗ್ರ ಕರ್ಮಾಣ. ಉಗ್ರ ಕರ್ಮಾಣ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಕಿಲ್ ಯು, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಹೇಡ್ ಯು, ಏನೇನೋ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅವನು. ಫಾರ್ ವಾಟ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. ಕೃಷ್ಣನಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಜುನನಿಗೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅರ್ಜುನ ಟು ಫೈಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಾರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಧರ್ಮ, ಧರ್ಮ ಯುದ್ಧ. ಇದು ಏನ್ ನಡೀತಿರ್ತದೆ ಎವ್ರಿವೇರ್, ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಹಿಯರ್, ಈವನ್ ದ ನಾಜೀಸ್ in Germany, with no basis, just because they have to win, they have to become they have to become supreme. That is pure asuri. So when they keep this in mind, everything is, it has no moral basis. Everything is because of the lust, and it's just a natural phenomenon. ಯಾರು ಬೇಕು ಅವ್ರ ಜೋಡಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ಬೇಕು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಹುಟ್ಟಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ತರ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು there is no God and nothing else ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, this point of view if they keep, they become people of Hitler also. He may be very powerful, but alpa buddhi ಒಂದು, far sightedness ಇಲ್ಲ. That is why he went on taking whatever actions he wants to take. And same with Trump also, we are talking. Let it go on this one, no problem. He's not going to read, he's not going to listen to Bhagavad Gita. If at all he listens, he will become a better person. So I can take his name. So Prabhavanti Ugra, once I had told about Amitabh Bachchan, it became a big controversy, madam. Long back I had spoken in Bhagavad Gita, the example ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. People started trolling me in that because I don't know, I don't remember, but Amitabh Bachchan can give more space for the young ಅಂತೇನೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ how can you tell Bachchan ಅಭಿಮಾನಿಗಳು ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, they all started trolling me. Then I said I'm not against him, and I am also I admire him, but in this matter of course that's my opinion ಅಂತ. ಹಂಗೆ ಟ್ರಂಪ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ಯಾರು ಟ್ರಂಪ್ admirers ಇದ್ರೆ they should not. But anyways, so we have to take right decisions. That is not possible because our intellect is not well developed in that. And so that is how they get into uh, criminal activities. They get into criminal activities because everything is so superficial, and they have moved far away from the divine connection. Far away. Divinity dura hoytu. Before you become divine, you should be a good normal human being, no? In harmony with your family, with your friends, with society. ಆ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋರಿಗೆ ರಾದರ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಮುಕತನ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೌನ್ ಫಾಲ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಗಿವ್ value, or if they put this infatuation karma at a higher lust at a higher thing, and they think the entire world is because of that, then it speaks lots about their principles, morals. So for that they don't mind killing people, they don't mind cheating people, they don't mind to go to any extent, and they don't feel they are committing a mistake. So they criminal activity, such people can be easily brainwashed to become criminals. And it is not only in particular community that we talk of terrorists. It is there in Hindus also. It is there in every community. Any person who is less educated, who is not given good, culture, or he himself, there may be good culture, but he himself may not believe. There was one movie, Sanjay Dutt's movie, I don't remember. Mother is a very, parents are Marathi, Maharashtrian, based on a true, I think so. He becomes a criminal. Parents are doing lot of puja, punaskar, Brahmin middle class, lower middle class, Brahmin community family, but he becomes a big because his ಅದು ಆ ಜೀವ ಅದು ಮನೆಯೊಳಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಇನ್ ದ ಎಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಬಟ್ ಹೌ ಹಿ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಟ್ ದಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ he wants to make money. He wants to make money. He wants to come out of that middle class, financial status. So in his mind, there is a lot of desire. I should own this. I should own that. Ache bandbirtana. Very interesting. If I remember the name, I will share with you. Very interesting. How he compromises the principles which he has got from his parents, and very strong, very, very strong. But he yields to that. Many such stories are there. Even in the Purana we see Angirajan Magano Angavena, opposite, because that fellow he's born like that. Appa is a great sadhaka, and 100% pure irtanantu. So we cannot say. So it depends on their evolution. Now comes what makes them like this anta. Kamam ashritya dushpuram dambhamanamadhanvitaha मोहाद् गृहीत्वा असत् ग्राहान् ಪ್ರವರ್ತಂತೆ ಅಶುಚಿವ್ರತಾಃ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಮಂ ಆಶ್ರಿತ್ಯ ದುಷ್ಪೂರಂ, filled with ashritya means they take refuge, in kama, that is desire. Particularly, majorly, it refers to lust, but all desires filled with dushpuram, insatiable, never satisfied, insatiable desires, never ending sensory desires. Then dambha, hypocrisy, full of hypocrisy, pride, arrogance. And so because of all this, what happens is they get deluded, moha, they become deluded with evil ideas, and they pravartante ashuchivrataha. Vrata is what? Some, you keep some goals and you vows, you take some vows. Upvas ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಏಕಾದಶಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಏನದು ಸಂಕಷ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡೋ opposite of that. Ashuchi vrata, that is shuchi vrata. I fast, I pray, I eat only once on Ekadashi, or I do intermittent fasting. These are all Shuchi Vrataha. Here everything is Ashuchi Vrataha. That means they work with impure vows, impure resolution, whatever. So Kamam Ashritya Dushpuram. Kamam Ashritya Dushpuram means Krishna says always desires are insatiable. Desire means it is insatiable. If you start yielding to desire, there is a trick of Maya. She puts that trap that if you satisfy something, nanagid banta, I got this, then why should I not take another one? Why should I not do another one? This applies to wealth, accumulation of wealth and possessions. This applies to ambitions. This applies to positions. And this also applies to our comfort zones also. If you observe, ಒಂದು ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ದೇವರೇ ಇದನ್ನ ಪಾರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ವಿ ಪ್ರೇ ಗಾಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಓವರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಓವರ್ ದಟ್, ಇದೊಂದು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡು, ದೆನ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ವೆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್, ಇದೊಂದು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೆವರ್ ಎಂಡಿಂಗ್ prayers or never ending demands for comfort. I am never happy. Idaita adu comfort zone andre I am talking about mental comfort. This also can be one. Second one is position. Idu banta, ee promotion banta ida. Of course we have to grow, I am not saying that way, but that longing, craving and longing, that makes you miserable. Work towards it and give up. That is ethical and spiritual correct. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಅಸುರಿ ಬುದ್ಧಿಗೆ, this is little bit of asuri, not that much, but major asuri comes when the lust is there and the desire for accumulation of wealth. They actually go hand in hand. He has not given about wealth here, but he says dushpuram. We must understand that. So when our desires get fulfilled, we wish to have more, we wish to possess more. You see so many wealthy people, ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ದಟ್ ಡಿಸೈರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ದೇರ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ the minute we grow, if we have this buddhi, this kind of attitude, we start comparing with the people in that cadre, in that plane. I own a big mansion and somebody has got a 4-storied building, gated community, all facilities, branded builder. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ಬಿಡು ಬ್ರಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡರ್. ದೆನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದೇನೋ NRI ಇದಂತೆ, ಅದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಿದೆ ಅಂತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದು. ಹಿಂಗೆ run, you chase that. We keep chasing because the minute we reach here, we will start comparing. Comparison alone at any level. Asururigu, even you see these so-called rich real estate agents and politicians and they would have become chief minister, they want to become prime minister, they would have become MLA, they want to become this minister. Ministry, I want revenue, I want this one, I want that. Never ending desires. So, calm, our mind alla calm. I have to get this, I have to get this, I have to get this. Sensory desires, both, it will be wealth also and bodily requirement also. When wealth becomes so much, when they start getting, no, ಅದು ಮಾಯಾನು ಹಿಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಕಾತಗೋ ಅನ್ಸ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಬೆಗ್, ಬಾರೋ, ಸ್ಟೀಲ್. Why? At any cost, I want it. Ashta strong desire. It becomes very, very strong. And that actually obstructs their growth. It obstructs the intellect. It obstructs ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಕಾಣಿಸೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, because they become mohita. Moha andre, it's a wheel which will prevent you from seeing the truth, which will prevent you from seeing your own downfall, because you will enjoy so much that you will not be worried. Here I will bring that Epstein files. I think madam has read about that, no? Epstein files. ಅವನು ಏನು ಒಂದು ಕಾಮುಕತನ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ರಿಚ್ನೆಸ್. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ he got so much of wealth, American, and recently, 2019, he commits suicide in the jail in American. Rich and rich, he has purchased one island, and his because of that wealth, he starts thinking, I can buy anybody, and he did so. He used to get people like Trump to come to his island, and so many all great people in the world. Many Indians are also named. It has to be proved, but there are some, like this asuri buddhi iroru, idrolgiddor world, they are all part of that. All those names have been mentioned. So some names we can say it could be possible. Some they have to undergo investigation. But this fellow has been implicated as the most worst criminal who has been the worst lustful fellow, I should say. ಆ ಲಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಗ್ರೇಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, you cannot imagine. He has been a pedophile, he has raped people, trafficking. ಇಡೀ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ನಾಗ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷುವಲ್ ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ವೆಲ್ತ್, ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಸುರಿ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಅವನೊಳಗೆ ಪ್ರಿಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ಲಿ. He may have come up as a very sophisticated person because he has funded lot of scientific research also, it seems. Many good ones, because they want to cover it up. So ಆ ರೀತಿ ಅವನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ವೆಲ್ತ್, then I can do anything. I can buy anybody. I can buy scientists. MIT ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಫಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾನ. So they don't know that what they are doing is wrong, and never ending desires, and they become deluded, and they take ashuchi vrataha. Shuchi is a pure soul, pure minded vows you take, walking, diet, Bhagavad Nama Sankirtane madu, nothing, absolutely nothing. Eating midnight tintaru, ella ulta sida midnight tinnodu. They have this fellow, because it is reported, I am saying, he used to eat human flesh, babies. He has relation with women, babies are born, those babies are killed, and he eats them, and he has given to others also. This is reported, I read it. So this is highest form of, and this used to it happens in every yuga, always people of this, but there's a highest. Very not many will be like this, not many are coming to the surface, but we don't know. So ee riti iroru chintamaparimeyaam cha प्रलयान्ताम् उपाश्रिताः कामोपभोगपरमा एतावदिति निश्चिताः. ಸೊ ಇವರು ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಾಮುಕತನ, ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು lust, greed, everything is with them, no? So they hold immeasurable chintam aparimeyam cha pralayantam upashita. Chintam aparimeyam ಅಂದ್ರೆ limitless, immeasurable anxieties, chinta, till their death. ಸಾಯೋ ತನಕ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆಂಗ್ಸೈಟಿನೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಡು ಐ ಗೆಟ್ ದಟ್. ದೇ ನೆವರ್ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್. Their mind is always set on how do I get what I don't have? How do I become as rich as him? How do I, what measures I should take? So till the end, they are filled with anxiety. Oh, probably on the deathbed, they may realize, how did I waste my entire life on there? And nursing these up to the death, pralayatavaragu, they have kama upabhoga parama, and the endless desires. Again, endless desires, because desire is like that. It will pull you one after one other. It is a big net spread by Maya. So endless desire they shall have. I shall achieve this, I shall achieve that. Anta okta, how to fulfill. uh, and with the conclude etavat iti nishchitaha. This is how I should live. This is the only way. This is, or their perspective is like this, with the conclusion that this alone is correct and nothing else. I am leading a perfect life. Ashta anxiety irtade. Ashta, so what? Still, it's okay. Anxiety I can manage. Chinti bartade. It's okay. Here they're not calm. They have that anxiety, but they don't see any alternative method, which is good, because there is no understanding that they are on the wrong path. There is no understanding. There is no clarity. Alpa buddhayaha, because moha, there is a wheel there, and they don't trust God. They trust the presence of Supreme. There is no truth ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ. ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಇದೇ ಸರಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ all kinds of bad habits will come. Ashuchi Vrata also means the way how sattvic person, divine person will take, no, as I said, fasting, exercise, diet, and all that. These people will take vows. I mean, they will be engaged in a sattvic food and drinking, late night food, early morning food, extramarital affair. Ella, you tell the rules and they go against that. So ಅದೇ ವ್ರತ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೋ, that only is a vow they take, and they boast of it. So that is understood. So that is how they are. Then आशापाशशतैर्बद्धाः कामक्रोधपरायणाः ईहन्ते कामभोगार्थम् अन्यायेनर्थसञ्चयान्. So again, Krishna, 3 shlokas he talks about kama. In multiple places he says that is what comes on the way, that desire. So we all must also be aware that where is our desire. We do have desires. We will have, because we have to live and survive. We cannot live without desires at all. But where do we draw a line? Even now, continuously we should keep thinking. Asha pasha shataihi baddhaha. Asha pasha. Pasha is that net. They are bound by this net, uh, bound by 100 ties, 100 ties of desires. Shataihi baddhaha. They are bound by 100 ties of desires, given over kama, krodha, parayanaha, given over to lust and wrath. Lust and wrath. Okay, kama, krodha. Andre, asha leads to desire, leads to lust. Desire is an ordinary, no, I want it. That when it becomes extreme, uncontrolled, the highest king of that desire is lust. Deha kama, bodily desire. That is the worst thing to happen, because that there is no control, and there is no understanding the discrimination of the societal norms. So they just go. So lust is the highest king of desires. So he says, bound by 100 desires, given over to lust, and if it is not fulfilled, there is krodha, anger. Anger comes when any of your desire is not fulfilled. If it is fulfilled, it leads to greed, one after one, endless desire. If it is not fulfilled, then what happens is it will lead to anger. Not only that, then what happens is this leads to anyayena artha sanchayan. Anyayena artha sanchayan. Anyayena means I have to get this. How do I get this? As I said, beg, borrow, steal, any method. ನನಗಿದು ಬೇಕು, ಆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಬೇಕು, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. Somebody is coming on the way, kill him. Somebody is blocking. It is happen, no? Mumbai and all, we see lots of these things happening. Just nobody will come to know why that person died, because he was reluctant. An old man, old house, Bangalore also, reluctant to give that thing. They go and blackmail them. They threaten them. Anyways, about owner, the builder will say, use any method. I want that property. I want that prime location, commercial complex I want to build. ಬೇಕಾದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋ ಹೋಗ. They, so they don't hesitate. They don't hesitate to use any method in order to get what they want. That desire has to be fulfilled. I need it, because if I don't, somebody else will take. Then ನಂದೇನೋಯ್ತು, ರೆಪ್ಯುಟೇಷನ್, ನಂದು ರೆಪ್ಯುಟೇಷನ್, ನಂದು ರೆಕಗ್ನಿಷನ್ ಇರೋದೇ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. growing wealth, accumulate this wealth, occupy so many territories, build so many this thing. I'm giving just an example, not with any particular person. It is general, I'm saying. We get to hear in the news and all that. So like that, people can go to, they, if they want to become rich, if they want to achieve some desire, they don't mind going to any extent. So they will not have any ethical principles, because they are bound by these desires. Desires can, and the lust and anger can make you an animal also. I shared that example, no, in the last session, how a son has killed his parents because he wanted to start a startup, and his parents refused to give money from their uh, savings. So he killed them. At any cost I want. And it will take away, it will become so impulsive, it will take away the discrimination. All that ಹೋಗಿಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. So ಕಾಮಾತ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, there are many shlokas that describe. One of them is Avritam. In the 3rd chapter it says, Avritam jnanametena, jnanino nityavairina. Jnana means for an educated, for a knowledgeable person, this desire, it bothers even a knowledgeable person also. Desire can come as a big enemy, even for a knowledgeable person who has described, who has had. Sometimes the desire can take away. Kamarupena dushpurena analenacha. If some strong desire comes even in a jnani's mind, it starts burning like fire. How the fire catches, no? If it's set, if there's a fire in a forest, it just burns without any control. So like that, Krishna says. And we have many shlokas which says, just by thinking of some, some objects, whichever you want, you develop an attachment. From that attachment comes kama. Kamat krodho bijayate. From kama comes krodha. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Moha. That means krodha is so much, andre, it becomes, you are possessed by that, obsessed by that. Moha, you will become deluded by that. It covers everything. There is no clarity. So moha smriti vibhramaha. You will lose your conditioned, cultured behavior. Smriti vibhramaha. Smriti bramshat pranashyati. Samoha, kamat bhavati samoha smriti. Sangat sanjayate. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. Kamat krodho bhi jayate. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Sammoha smriti vibhramaha. Smriti bramshat buddhinasho. Buddhinashat pranashyate. Correct, no? So, Varchala?
Yes, ma'am. Correct.
Yes. Sangat sanjayate. Sangha, being adu nodbek, idu nodbek. Sangha, being, always involved in that. Sangat sanjayate kama. Then desire, must possess it. First you'll think about it. Thinking, contemplating. Then I must have it. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. Kamat krodho vijayate. How can desire lead to anger? It will lead to anger when it is not fulfilled, when it is beyond your reach and you are aspiring. You want to marry Aishwarya Rai and you will not get. Everybody cannot get Aishwarya Rai. So, kamat sanjayate krodha. I want beke beko. Salman Khan hoge ಅವಳನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಥ್ರಾಶ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಕ್ರೋಧ ಕ್ರೋಧಾತ್ ಭವತಿ ಸಮ್ಮೋಹಾತ್ ಸಮ್ಮೋಹ ಸ್ಮೃತಿ ವಿಭ್ರಮಃ. ಸಮ್ಮೋಹ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡೆಲ್ಯೂಷನ್, ಮೋಹ. ಅದರಿಂದ I can't think I am educated. I have come from cultured family. I have come from educated family. I have been very good. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮರ್ತು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಪುಲ್ ಯು ಔಟ್. ಬುದ್ಧಿನಾಶಾತ್ ಪ್ರಣಶ್ಯತಿ. ಸಮೋಹ ಸ್ಮೃತಿ ವಿಭ್ರಮ. ಸ್ಮೃತಿ, ದಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ, ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಹೌ ಗುಡ್ ಯು ಆರ್, ಅದು ಯಾವುದು ತಲೆಗೆ ಬರುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಮೃತಿ ಭ್ರಂಶಾತ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿನಾಶ. ಬುದ್ಧಿನಾಶಾತ್ ಪ್ರಣಶ್ಯತಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿ perishes. So what was the reason? Contemplation, sangha. So one must be controlled and aware of these distractions. Bhagavad Gita teaches us to control our mind, and this control must be regularly practiced. So asuri buddhi andre kama krodha parayanaha. And if I don't get that what I'm desirous of, I know how to get it. He must be coming from a very nice cultured family, but still he will do all kinds of things which he is not supposed to do. Anyayena artha, particularly for wealth. He will take bribe, he will kill somebody, he will do unethical means. But I want to fulfill, I want this property. Family ಇದು ಏನಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನ ಅವನು, ಅಸುರಿ ಬುದ್ಧಿ. ಅವನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, he will not be worried. How he does is not. Swami Vivekananda, he always says, ends are as important as the means. Tools are as important. What tool you have taken? Now, research ಹೇಳ್ತೇವಿಲ್ಲ, how did you do the study? Which tool you have taken? Which method you have followed? Method is as important as your outcome. ಏನೇನೋ ಮಾಡಿ ಗೋಲ್ಮಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ I got the results ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ that doesn't work. So both are important. You have become rich. How did you become rich? What did you do? What did you do? How did you become rich? Did you work hard, or did you stamp on somebody? Did you steal somebody's property? All these are important. So asuri buddhi role, this is categorized as a non-divine quality. That what is that non-divine or demoniac? When you want to become rich in unethical means, that also becomes a demoniac quality, which is not divine. And that happens because they're obsessed. They are like that. So now, as I told, anybody can have this, because uh, people want to live comfortably. Today, in today's situation, education is expensive. Consumerism is there. There are so many distractions. Just go to a mall and you will shell out so much money. Children will ask. So it's not easy for somebody. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ madam, you understand our position. My wife wants to go for international. This somebody has expressed. Medical college. So my wife wants to, particularly in doctors and medical profession, where there is not enough money if we go in ethical way, actually, because it is service oriented profession, no? So there is not this thing. And so she will ask for this, and children want this. Where do we go, madam? Very genuine question. So it becomes very difficult for people to suggest, for us to suggest, don't be after money. Don't be after money andre ivattin generations it becomes very difficult, because everything has become. So they only should find solutions. But one thing is that if this if they practice ethical principles, you may compromise on your income to some extent, but that anxiety and the outcomes that for you may get anxious because you are not earning well. But rather than practicing unethical means, ethical practice, ethical way of living, the amount of peace of mind it gives and intellect that it gives, it will make you look for additional source of income ethically, which can complement your earning. This is what I was telling him. Because if you follow your principle seriously, strictly, one or the other day, you will get what you deserve. and you will start understanding which may be another alternative source which can complement. Something will happen, but it requires that person sticks to those principles, and not crave that he is not earning money and all that. Actually, some other time I will tell with example, and that person actually he appreciated. He said, "Ma'am, I think what you meant made sense. I waited for 1.5 years, and now it seems to be working, whatever we had discussed." So, ethical principles will protect you, and we may not get the luxury, but definitely we will not be deprived of the basic comforts. The basic comforts. And as we practice that, if it is told to the family and children, probably that becomes a very strong foundation in the family, so that they don't get on to this in future also. But it is a problem nowadays, that financial things, so it has to be balanced, but never ever we should resort to unethical means. इदमद्य मया लब्धम् इदं प्राप्स्ये मनोरथम् इदमस्ति इदमपि मे भविष्यति पुनर्धनम् असौ मया हतः शत्रुः हनिष्ये चापरानपि ईश्वरोऽहम् अहं भोगी सिद्धोऽहं बलवान् सुखी आढ्योऽभिजनवान् अस्मि कोऽन्योऽस्ति सदृशो मया यक्ष्ये दास्यामि मोदिष्य इत्यज्ञानविमोहिताः. So his statements, Asuri statement, the person who is very egoistic, who believes that there is no truth beyond what we are seeing, who is engrossed in fulfilling his desires, bound by so many desires. How does he speak? Krishna says, Idamadya maya labdham. This has been gained by me today. None effort in the bantu. I got all this property. Idam prapse manoratham. That is, this desire I shall obtain. This I have got. I will have another desire. Idam asti, idam api. This is mine, and again this wealth also shall be mine, hmm, in future. Andre, whatever I have earned. This has been gained by me today. Anta uh, he will tell it with lot of pride. Bigta ಹೇಳ್ತಾನಂತ. With lot of pride he will say, and he will say, I have to buy one more. I have to get that also. I will get it. This is mine now. This has become mine, registered in my name, big one. I will get one more, and something else also will come in future. Andre, mind 24/7. This is not a complete only Rakshasi Buddhi alla idu. Any human being can get drawn in this way. I have this, I want that, I will get that also, so that my future will be protected, or whatever. I have to be considered to be a rich person. ಈ ತರ obsessed desires, it's very common. Next he says, Aso maya hatah. That enemy has been slain by me. Maybe it applies to the kingly persons or whatever. That enemy has been slain by me. And I wanted to occupy and I killed that fellow. It need not be only king, it could be anybody. And others also I shall slay. Others also I shall slay. I cleared him from my path of acquiring something. And another person there, he is also creating. Let me look at him. I shall get that also done. I am the Lord. Ishvara Aham. I am the Lord. I am the Lord. There is no other Lord. Just like those Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. Now I am the Ishvara. Where is God? Sumne heltiri ನೀವು. When I have made this property, I have got this. And why should I not consider myself as God? Ishvaro Aham. Aham Bhogi. Aham Bhogi. I am the enjoyer. I enjoy. Siddhaha Aham. Nano. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಇವನು? I am successful. ಬಲವಾನ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ, ಸುಖಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಐ ಗಾಟ್, ದಿಸ್ ವೆಲ್ತ್ ಐ ಗಾಟ್, that also I'm going to get, and one more I will get in future, because of which, and I have slayed that enemy. I will slay another person Whoever comes on my way, I am not going to keep quiet, because I have to own this. And I am the king. I am the God, Ishvara. I'm going to enjoy this luxury. And with all so much of work, I have become successful and I'm powerful. And therefore I'm happy. Look, everybody comes to me. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಲಾಂ ಹೊಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. Everybody comes. I fund for their party. I fund for this one. I fund for this movie. I fund for those producers. Now I have become a Balawan Sukhi. I am the most powerful. ಇಂಥವ್ರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. If you think, you will get many examples like this. And all are unethical unethical business irtavalla, ದೊಡ್ಡ tycoons. Not all though, not all, because we have business tycoons like Tata, Birla and all, very respectful, very respectful, especially the Tatas. But there are many who have built empires and who still keep, you know, uh, fighting among themselves, among the brothers, among the cousins and all those. So either this is all asuri buddhi only, asuri buddhi, denying the rightful successors. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಹಳ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಮ್ಮಿ, where there is lot of money, all these things keep happening. The tussle between the within the family, property ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಮುಚ್ಚಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡೋದು, deceiving them, taking signatures without their knowledge, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ because again we told no, ಅನ್ಯಾಯೇನ ಸಂಚಯನ್, ಅರ್ಥ ಸಂಚಯನ್, some means they will do. So then they become, ನಾನು ಹೆಂಗ್ ತಗೊಂಡೆ. So ಈ ತರ they do this. So I am the Lord, I am the enjoyer, I am the successful, I am the Balawan, I am the Sukhi. So we must take them as negative role models, not brand them, because nobody can be, I mean, they have to change themselves. We cannot change them. But whenever we get such thoughts, we should be careful, because we are all human beings. Anytime we may get this kind of feeling that I worked hard, I earned. That part we can take for ourselves, because I am not the doer. We are all following spiritual path. I'm not the doer. Nothing is mine. How Mahabali told, no, you take 2 steps. ನಿನಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕೋ ತಗೋಪ, 3 steps. ನೀನೇನ್ ಇಷ್ಟಿದೀಯಾ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಸಚ್ ಅ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಕ್ರೀಚರ್, ಟೇಕ್ ವೆರ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಅಂತ. Because he was very arrogant, and very too much pride he had uh, about his quality of giving charity. Dana Shura idnala. So Vishnu came and showed him, whatever you give is not yours. It's not yours. Who has created? Whose is this? So it is all by Supreme Being. And momentarily we are all owning this land. Or today it will be there, tomorrow it will not be there. It's all impermanent. So iriti, we must understand, that is the real understanding. This is the other end, extreme of ownership, extreme of ownership. Then he says, Adhyobhi Janavan Asmi. I am rich, and Adhyo Bhi Janavan Asmi. Adhyaha means rich. I am rich and born in very high class family. Adhyaha Abhijanavan. Abhijanavan means I have taken birth in a rich family. Asmi. Konyosti Sadrusho Maya. Who else is equal to me? I am born rich. I have become rich. Nobody is equal to me. Andre ashtu, that is exactly what Dambha, Darpa, all that. Very high class. Nobody is equal to me in this world. Yakshe. I will sacrifice. Sacrifice andre not tyaga. Yakshem yajna. I will do yajna, and I will yakshe dasyami modishya. Dasya means I will give. What is so great in giving? ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಬಿಡ್ರಿ, ಯಜ್ಞ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಪಾಪ, ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಶೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ನು ಹೇಳೋದೇನು, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಿಫೈಸ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಥ್ರೋ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ, ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಹಿ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ಸ್. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಥ್ರೋ ಸಮ್ ಕಾಯಿನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಎಂಜಾಯ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯಜ್ಞ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಡೆಲ್ಯೂಡೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಇಗ್ನೋರೆನ್ಸ್. ಇತಿ ಅಜ್ಞಾನವಿ ಮೋಹಿತ. This is how they behave. So today I think we shall stop at this point, this shloka, or one more we can say and we can stop. That is, so aneka chitta भ्रान्ता मोहजालसमावृताः प्रसक्ताः कामभोगेषु पतन्ति नरकेषु च. So Ishtella, all this, everything, kama, krodha, and arrogance. So the way they speak, exactly the dialogues have come in Vyasa's Bhagavad Gita. So much, ನಾನು ಹಿಡಿದವರೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು he becomes intoxicated with his wealth and with his position. So aneka chitta vibranta, bewildered by many a fancy, lot of things around him. And mohajala samavritaha, covered by meshes of delusion. Jala, mohajala. That's what I said. Maya, she throws that net. He becomes unknowingly, without his knowledge, he gets trapped in that delusion. So much of comfort, no, that will take our mind away from the truth to the external world, addicted to the prasaktaha kama bhogeshu, addicted to the gratification of lust. They fall down into the foul of hell. Patanti narake ashuchau. Patanti narake ashuchau. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾನ ಅವನು, ಈ ತರ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು. ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದವರಿಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಆಗಿದೆ, ನಾನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಬಂತು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೆನಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಡೂ, ವೆದರ್ ದೇರ್ ಅಸುರೀಸ್ ಆರ್. ಐ ಬ್ರಾಟ್ ಮೈ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ, ಐ ಡಿಡ್ ದಟ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀ ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್. ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ನಾನ್ ಮುಂತಂದೆ, ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಾನ್ ಮುಂತಂದೆ, ಈ ಕಾಲೋನಿಗೆ ನಾನ್ ತಂದೆ, ನಾನ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ ದೇ ಕೀಪ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ಸೇ, ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೇಸ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಸೇ, ಐ ಡಿಡ್ ದಟ್, ದಿಸ್ ವೆಲ್, ದಟ್ ವೆಲ್ accumulate. ಇಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, leave alone coming towards divinity. This is pulling towards the other end. And on this side, there's divinity and heaven and shucha, purity, goodness. On the other hand, see, when you come closer to the divine, no, how you feel, how pure you feel. Few minutes of japa itself will give us so much of, peace of mind, so much of, what I should say, connection to the ultimate state. Few seconds at least. That being the state. Now this is the other extreme. And here, when this fellow, every statement he makes, every move he takes, pulls him away from the divine. And obviously, he gets into a very foul hell. So, patanti narake ashuchau. What is the meaning of this patanti narake? Andre, one thing is, the Shastras say that post death, you will go into different realms based on uh, the type of karma you have done. So if you have done good things, if you have been very polite, divine, all this, then you will obviously go to the higher realm. If not, you will go to naraka. After death also, you will go there. And if you have done good things, you will be in heaven. And once you exhaust your whatever you deserve, then you come back and continue with your next janma, next birth. Similar things happens with the hell also. Whatever you have done, you will have to face it there. And in one of the sections in Garuda Purana, in Bhagavad Purana also, we have told about that. What happens to the subtle body after you leave? What happens to your subtle body? How it suffers after you leave this body? That is naraka. That is a physical. Some people may ask, has anybody seen and all that? But we have to believe scriptures. Another way of explanation, which few commentators give, is you may suffer naraka andre literally a physical naraka irbekagilla. Being in this world itself, or when you take next birth, or now also, the mental agony, the physical agony, both are like naraka yatana antaralla. I am suffering like hell. That itself becomes a hell. So when you don't accept that there is some supreme being, you should do good deeds and accept and have faith that there is a supreme being which has set everything, the creation as well as a law of karma. So do good and sacrifice, compassion, all the divine qualities you are supposed to do as a human being because you have got the buddhi. So ಅದನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಾರ್ದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದವ್ರಿಗೂ ನೀವು ದೂರ ತಳ್ಳಿ, we don't want to know all this. If they are doing good job, then they deserve good. They will not go to hell. Let them deny the supreme being. But if they are good to others, if they follow some ethical principles, that also will protect them. One or the other day, they may come to supreme, whatever. That is one type of materialism, says Swami Ranganathan. That's still okay if they are following truth, principles, morals. They don't go to temple. They don't believe. ದೇವ್ರು ಇದ್ದಾನೋ ಬಿಟ್ಟಾನೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ರೀ, ಇದೇ ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದ ಗುರಿ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್, ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗುಡ್. God will favor them, or the law of karma will favor them. But you are neither believing in supreme being, and nor you are, you are a hypocrite. You show something. Basically, you are arrogant. ದಾಂಭಿಕತೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, unethical practice ಮಾಡೋದು, and not recover, not correct yourself. You keep doing. ಕೆಲವಷ್ಟೋ ಸರ್ತಿ ನಾವು ತಪ್ಪುಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ, ವಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ದೆಮ್, ವಿ ರಿಪೆಂಟ್, ವಿ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್. ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್, ಈವನ್ great saints also will have a bad past, they say. So many of them change after that. Lot of changes happen. Valmikinu hange agittu. Durvasa, so many people will commit mistakes. But Ajamila, so committing mistakes or having asuri buddhi is not, it can happen because we are humans. We have a tendency to fall. But if a person does not correct, and if he doesn't realize, then it is hell is the only thing. Ashucho antandre dirty hell. Dirty hell antandre you have lived in a comfortable, clean zone, clean external, not internal zone, where everything was so posh, so fancy, upper class. You were very, very much in that environment. You will get the opposite, because never you were thankful, you are not grateful to people, you did not do something selfless work, always self-centered, and did not believe in the existence of supreme being, and you resorted to all unethical means. You never realize till the end. So until you realize, you will have to stay in the hell, which is foul hell. So that is the meaning. And as we have discussed earlier, I think 6th chapter, 7th chapter, Darwin's theory talks about evolution from lower species till human. This is the highest. There is no mention of rebirth and human evolution beyond. Body may be the same. Mental evolution, the modern science will not speak. So I'm speaking Swami Ranganathan's statements in 6th chapter. But here, the rishis, ancient rishis, are spiritual scientists. They mention that human birth is for evolution. That means here the stress is on human effort. That buddhi which is given to you is a free will. Use it properly. Make right choices. Turn inwards. You have your eyes and ears open to listen from any source which will evolve you. And what is that evolution? Developing these qualities, divine qualities. Divine qualities is evolution. We are supposed to develop. Yesterday somebody was telling, one of my friend was saying, I thought we have done so much now. I can go, I can die anytime. Why should we die? We still have why should we die and wait for another birth to improve ourselves? No. In this birth we have done, and every day is a time given to us, opportunity given to us to reflect and work on our divine call. How do I become divine? How do I become divine? It's actually very interesting if we focus on ourselves and start working. There is no time. We don't have time because we have so many things. Now we have understood. The best grace by the God is that we have understood that we have a problem. I have a problem. I should not be angry. I should be disciplined. I should develop my physical, energy, and I should give up my laziness. Even I have to work on that. Not only these, many things are there. On ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋ satya, ahimsa, so many things are there. We have to work on that. That is the purpose. If we don't, then our shastras say that you will. Krishna also has, so sattvic, rajasic, tamasic also he has told the fate. I think in next one more chapter it comes. Fate of these people is what? They will be born either these asuri, Narakambreno. They will be born in families which are again going to take you still lower, because you did not utilize the opportunity given to you. You will stay in Naraka. If we believe Garuda Purana, you will stay in Naraka. Also, you will be born in that. Or you may be born in lower species. Lower species, antandre animal species or plant species, less evolved. Why? Because you thought only sex was there, sleeping, eating, wealth, comfort zone. Become a handi ago, pig. Actually, they say in one of the instances, who become like that, no? Okay, no, they are in the dirty water, and they don't have any conscience. Consciousness is there. That is Bhagavanta ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. They think that is a life. They sit there in the dirty water, not even attempting to come out of that. So you will become another pig, you will become another lower species, suffer. Because human species under evolution, work towards divine qualities is a must. Work towards divine qualities is a must. First level of divine qualities, show compassion, show this, serve others, serve the poor, serve. ಆಮೇಲಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮೊಳಗಿದ್ದಂತಹ enemies. What are those enemies? Watch them very carefully. Very interesting very interesting challenges has given us, actually. Very interesting if we take it objectively, and very positively. So that is the purpose of understanding what are those asuri qualities. Did I behave arrogantly? Did I show off my position? Did I boast myself more than this one? ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ. It's worth reflecting on that. Did I always speak the truth? Of course, as Krishna rightly told in the beginning to Arjuna, Ma Shuchaha Arjuna, Sampadam Daivi Abhijatosi. So, as I told you, that we all are blessed. We are blessed with Daivi Sampat. Lot of Daivi Sampat we have. That is exactly the reason we speak of Gita and we share. Madam has shared with somebody. Mallikarjun has shared with somebody. When you speak, it's nice to listen to Gita. It's nice to listen to Bhagavad Purana because the scriptures are like that. I'm only a channel, but when we sit as a group and interact and come out with, share some very important things, then it's good. And if possible, very difficult, if we observe something in our neighbors, nice neighbors means family, only I'm saying, family or friend, nicely we can tell. Maybe you could have told like this. Maybe you can tell it in a better way. We can correct each other. So how beautiful it is. See, we correct ourselves first. And then if somebody points out, we take it positively because our goal is to become divine, develop divine qualities. And we also in turn can correct others. One, by changing ourselves, those vibrations will definitely, make them look at us and change, or we can tell them also. So these are all our Daivi Sampat which God has given. Let us encash more on that and let us work. So that ends today's, I'll conclude here. Anybody wants to add anything? You're free to add. Madam, anything? Sir, anything?